Welcome to Business Unusual. We continue talking about the skill sets that are required in this new season that we find ourselves in. Now, we've been talking about 10 specific ones, and you can find more. But these 10 we are talking about, we continue talking on the next one, which is design mindset. My name is Susan Opio.
And my name is Charles Opio.
Now, we continue talking about our skill sets.
Yes.
We've talked about so many so far.
Yep.
If you've not watched, please go back and watch so that you can catch up with what we are saying as we continue saying now, what is design mindset?
Why a design mindset?
Yes.
Remember, as we talk in this series, the skill sets we are talking about are to be used in various settings.
Yes.
We are assuming that different people are going to watch this. Some of the people who are going to watch are already in particular environments.
Yes.
Some are entering new environments. Some are entering uncharted territory. So these skills must be relevant whichever way.
To all of them.
Yes. So a design mindset is a mindset that has got two components in it, analysis and imagination.
Okay.
Usually those two things are not usually found in the same space because we think analysts are analysts.
Yes.
They look through data, they look through information, they give us outcomes.
And imagination are rarely there.
Daydreamers.
Yes.
They just imagine things.
Yes.
Now we need to bring these things together.
Yes.
Now why is that important? Let's take a basic example that you're in the field of construction. You are a contractor or an architect, you want to build a facility.
Okay.
Now there are two issues that arise. It's no longer about, in the past we built in terms of location, weather, those are the things that are what are called the knowns.
Okay.
We know usually it rains here, it doesn't, it is like this, the amount of people who will live here, not anymore. Because you're probably going to be building a smart house.
Okay.
Now there are a number of issues. You must first analyze the requirements, present and future.
In the house.
In the house.
So you are first of all internally to find out
Yes.
what will be needed here.
Yes, present and future.
Okay.
What are all the things that, in other words, whatever I put into this structure should be able to exist for the next 10, 15 years.
Does that determine the external environment?
Everything.
Okay.
Now, external, we know we have some standards, what you call knowns. But the future means, here is the issue now. I must have more information than a house.
Yes.
I must know how is the economy shifting. I must know the people in this area, why are they living here?
Yes.
Or is this an office? Why is it designed here? All those issues come into play.
Okay.
Having done that, I analyze the activity of things that would be needed. The position of everything is no longer just design.
Yes.
The design must accommodate certain activities. What if the people who are going to be here, we will have somebody who is disabled?
Because I'm thinking that if you're talking about smart houses,
Yes.
you have to think of the appliances too.
Exactly.
Because if I'm thinking of where am I placing the stairs? Because
Yes.
if I bring in a smart Hoover,
There you go.
these are the things we're talking about.
Exactly.
Okay.
So design thinking is now shifting completely. What about the space required? Am I building a big house, a small house? A small house, how do I utilize space? Do we have cookers that disappear in the wall?
Yes.
Then, where is the wiring placed? Where is the power placed? It's a Wi-Fi house. Where are we going to put the cabling for fiber?
Now, let's talk about before, like what you're talking about is
Yes.
powerful. Let's go
Yeah.
back to the houses where we are coming from.
Exactly.
4 walls.
Doors, windows,
Windows.
security, kitchen, bathroom, toilet.
The only analysis we had that time is, okay, where are we based? So what kind of windows should we have?
Exactly.
What kind of grills?
Yes.
But grills were grills.
Yeah, those days design-based had to do with security for a thief who breaks in.
Yes.
Now, design-based means security for a smart thief who won't break in. So,
Because even the thieves will become smart.
exactly. So how do we design for them?
Yes.
There we needed a good grill. Here we need CCTV.
Yes.
Thinking. CCTV with analytics.
Yes.
CCTV with alarm. Design thinking.
Because what you're saying now, I can have a glass
Yes.
walled
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
When the thief, now I don't have to think of the thief breaking in.
No.
Because when they are coming, I can see them.
Exactly.
When they are in, I can just shut off everything.
Exactly.
I mean,
So everything is changing.
so even the architect you're saying, the
Exactly.
architect of the past has
Yes.
to upgrade. Because the houses
Completely.
of the future, and we're not talking about
Exactly.
just in the urban areas.
Everywhere.
We are saying that now,
Yeah.
remember now we are all going outwards. We're going
Yes.
towards the rural, what we call the
Exactly.
rural areas. So even the architect has to think different.
Are we putting in solar for
Yes.
energy?
Yeah.
You know, where will the water tanks be? In case there is a fire, where's the mitigating factor?
Okay.
What are the security protocols for this house?
And if you're talking about going green,
Yes.
and you're in the city.
There you go.
These are apartments.
Yes.
How do you talk green in apartments?
Thank you. Now, once you've done all that analysis,
Yes.
is now how you have to start using your imagination.
Oh, you do. Because I'm realizing here now, an
Yes.
architect can't just sit down with papers,
Exactly.
pen and papers.
Exactly.
They just have to think
Yes.
and not do things based on what they have seen before.
Exactly.
You're coming up with houses that have not been seen.
Because also in the past,
Yes.
the architect was the chief. He said what the house looked like, we moved in.
Yes.
We had options. It was like a menu. Only what is on the menu.
You eat beef
You
or
eat beef or beef.
Yes.
Simple.
Okay.
So if there's, the only thing we used to say is the room big or small. Those are the
That
factors.
was the only option.
Yeah. Now we are saying, I don't care. I want my office to be close to my bedroom.
Yes. Now,
You think about it.
I'm noticing that every time we're talking about this place, this future we are finding ourselves in, the consumer now dictates.
He has a voice and he has the resources to match his voice.
Oh, yes. Not just a voice.
Yes, so he will find someone who can meet his requirement.
Yes.
And so when he gives you his requirement, there'll have to be a correlation between the practicability, and remember what we said before, adaptive thinking.
Yes, because now when
Yes.
an architect comes to me,
Yep.
I tell them
Yes.
what is in my imagination.
Thank you.
And it is their problem to make it visible. And now, like you're saying, analysis, where now he has to say, what is in your mind?
Yes.
Can it work here or there?
Exactly.
So he's thinking.
Yes.
But I'm also thinking.
Exactly.
And most of the time when I give them my imagination,
Yep.
it's...
It's quite a bit. Now, part of design mindset
Yeah.
is you not only give me a design that looks good,
Yes.
but it must also be useful.
Oh, yes.
It must solve something. It must have a solution. In other words, we are no longer just embedding practicality into something.
Okay.
We have to embed beauty into the practicality.
Now I'm thinking, as you're talking, you
Yes.
talk to the architect now.
Yeah.
Can we talk to a believer who is saying,
Yes.
I have this idea for a hospital. Now, how do you bring this same thing,
Yes.
design mindset,
Yes.
into a hospital?
Because now you have to ask yourself the question, is the hospital just a place for treatment? Is it just a place that people come? So how do you design this hospital that if you're going to set up, and now that you know a bit about COVID and you know about all these things, how do you make it habitable? Instead of the rules, you can't see anyone.
Yes.
How do I design it in such a way you can still come and see me, yet it's a place where we're not supposed to meet?
Because if you think about it, there are ailments
Yes.
that people need to see others
Exactly.
to get better.
It's part of it.
The minute you now, of course, take them into isolation,
Exactly.
it makes the person worse.
There you go.
So now, when you talk about adaptive thinking,
There you go.
now you have to think, how do we
Yes.
have people still coming to see their loved ones,
Yep.
yet we have to think COVID-19?
You remember, we began to see a bit of this design mindset in the past, in the way that children's hospitals or children departments had a
Yes.
play area
Yes.
to remove the stigma of a white doctor with a stethoscope and an injection
Yes.
from the mind of the child,
Yeah.
to remove the trauma. So you had to put that design in where it doesn't seem to be connected to medicine.
Yes.
So suddenly everything is changing. So
Design.
you have to take this into every area of life. When we no longer buy seats to watch TV,
Yes.
we buy comfort.
It's not just about a chair.
No, I'm not, you see,
What is it communicating? Because
Exactly.
I also have needs, and I'm
Yes.
saying when I'm seated here, I want
Yeah.
to charge my phone. We're in a
Yes.
season when a phone is an office. It's
Absolutely.
a necessity, actually.
Yes.
So I need to charge my phone. I don't
Aha.
want to keep standing to look for a place to charge my phone.
Thank you.
So if you're making your seats, you have to think about
there you go.
design.
My seat must be able to charge my phone.
Yes.
It's possible my seat may need to massage me.
Okay.
And my seat may need to have headphones so that I don't bug everybody in the house.
Wow. If our ancestors were to wake up, they'll wonder what just happened.
So all this is part of design thinking. Yet that seat cannot just be practical. It must be aesthetically beautiful. It must be the right color for my house.
Yes.
So this is the combination.
I mean, look at me now.
Yes.
I don't have to keep holding this. This is tiring, eh? If I have to keep checking here and I have to keep thinking of this. Now, for me, it's more comfortable. So whoever made this
Yes.
had to think, yes, I need to be comfortable.
Yes.
I need that to be there. And actually, it's very comfortable.
Absolutely.
You know?
Now let me give an example.
Yeah.
Some of you are not even aware that currently almost all glasses companies glasses for wearing. There's a new technology that's already being developed
Yes.
with algorithms and everything, that glasses are being developed that now I would not need a PowerPoint.
Let's talk about that.
I'd be wearing my glasses, looking at the camera and going through my PowerPoint,
Yes.
yet I'm looking straight at you, but I'm only seeing it within my glasses. So it's designed.
Can we have that for the next broadcast? It's easy for me to look at you and just be talking.
Yes.
And of course, you wonder how I have all this information.
Yes, and it's more than that.
Yes.
It's going to go way beyond that. It's going to go into the issues of, you come to know, right now we are saying, oh, you know corona? You have to be careful when you come close to me and whatever.
Yes.
We're moving to a place where I wear glasses and I can see your temperature. Forget whether you are at the door. I can already tell you, excuse me, stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, glasses telling me 1.5 meters, 1.2, 1.3.
Please stay there.
Move back, 1.5 there.
Yeah.
In other words, and it will move into contact lenses.
It's true.
So you won't even know that I can see.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will be data. Who is this guy I'm talking to?
Yes.
So you're wondering, why is somebody admiring you?
You know,
No, they are scanning your data.
I think we watched some of these
We
movies.
thought they were movies.
We thought they were just fiction. We just thought it's a
Exactly.
good idea,
Exactly.
far-fetched,
Yes.
but it's becoming a reality.
What happened? Design thinking was put into the movie because that was imagination.
Yes.
That imagination made somebody say, why not? Somebody began to develop that technology.
Yes.
And as we advanced, somebody has finally finalized it. So if you understand, the future is going to be for people of design thinking.
Yes.
So everything has to be designed that way. Listen, even the way you design your water bottle must be comfortable for me to hold.
Yes.
It's
And
called
also
design
you have
thinking.
to think, where are the places that I carry that bottle?
Yes.
You have to think of that.
Simple.
So if I'm going for a walk, I'm going to the park.
Yes.
How comfortable is it to carry it around?
Exactly.
Yes.
Everything has to be developed that
To
way.
maintain the temperature of the water.
Yes.
Beauty. Notice they all
Exactly.
come together.
Everything. People, like I said, people have got more information, more experience, and we want what you call a 3D experience. I want to be comfortable, but I want usefulness, and I want practicality, and I want to be able to accomplish what I'm doing.
Notice all these things can be applied in every area.
Any area you like.
Because if you don't think that when you're in business, sometimes you might be wondering, my clients are reducing by the day.
Yes.
And you're wondering what we are doing wrong.
Yes.
Everything.
Let me ask, like you said, we can use this anywhere.
Yeah?
How do you choose your birthday cake? Is it on ingredients or design? You realize it's both.
Yep.
Somebody can bake the best cake, but if they don't use design thinking,
Design thinking has to apply.
you are not interested in that cake.
Yes.
That's how it works. Everything has to work. Now, to design it, you must have imagination,
Yes.
practicality, analysis. Now, you can't just cook every cake for everybody. Somebody is intolerant of something.
Yes.
You need information.
So I think when you talk about analysis,
Yes.
you no longer just say birthday cakes, so much.
Nope,
No, it's not about the money now.
not at all.
It's about when you talk of design thinking, is where you're
Exactly.
saying, let's analyze, let's imagine, and always think, can I come up with something that has not been seen before?
And it is useful.
Challenge yourself.
It is useful.
It's useful, it's
Yes.
beautiful, it serves the
And this can
purpose.
be put into anything.
Yes.
Recently, I bought from some shop a set of screwdrivers because I like my tool things
Okay.
to be able to open things. I found it very interesting that it was all put, we are used to the box
Yes.
where everything is put into packs. We forget that you can lose pieces.
Yes.
This is one item. It's almost like the way the Swiss Army knife was, you see,
Yes.
upgrade.
Yes.
But it's a Swiss screwdriver round, but that's not even the innovation. The innovation to me was at the top of it is a bulb, which tells you somebody thought. Sometimes the corner in which you're doing what you're doing,
You need
you
light.
cannot, you keep saying
So
somebody
that's
bring
what
a
you're
light.
talking about imagination.
Design thinking.
Design thinking. So when you talk about maybe even somebody watching me now could be like, okay, what you are holding now, I think I can come up with a solution.
Simple.
For that, to make it more
That's
comfortable.
it.
So when you talk about analysis, design mindset, we are saying
Yeah.
that you have to be thinking, imagination. Now, imagination is going outside of the known
Yes.
into coming to this place of saying, wait, can I come up with this idea that has not been seen?
Absolutely.
Now, notice how hard it is for many people to just sit back and think.
Yeah.
I think we said that in our previous broadcast.
Yes.
That a time
Think.
comes when you need to just take time to think.
Take time off and think.
Otherwise, design thinking will not work.
It will
for
never
you.
work.
It will not work.
It
for you.
requires that. So
Yes.
you're always in that environment. How do we improve on this? And what will it look like? What will the future bedroom look like? What will the future toilet look like?
Yes.
What will the future? It doesn't matter what. Design thinking.
I think now if you're talking about that,
Yeah.
notice with the rise of apartments and all that,
Yes.
even the balcony,
Everything
you
must
no
change.
longer just have a balcony for the sake
No.
of it. You're thinking and asking yourself, what about?
Exactly.
And you're going beyond what we have.
That's
done.
what we are saying.
So it's all about, I mean,
You must have
it's
a design
interesting.
mindset.
It's a beautiful place to be.
Yes, with
I'm
everything you
loving
do.
this future. You know, we are saying that we're in a future that we have found ourselves in. I
Yes.
think I'm loving this future.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. Now, let's talk
Yes.
about, said we have 10 skill sets
Yes.
that we're discussing. Now, we've talked about 9. The last one we're talking about, and you can find more.
Yeah, there's more.
All right?
Absolutely.
We are
They'll
always
keep
saying,
coming up.
think beyond.
Yes.
Let's talk about virtual collaboration. That's
Yes.
what we're talking about
Yeah.
now. Virtual collaboration.
You know, virtual collaboration goes way beyond Zoom meetings.
That's what we understand.
Yes,
Virtual.
way beyond Microsoft, SharePoint, and all those different group discussions. Virtual collaboration, notice the term.
Okay.
Collaboration always assumes that the different people in this discussion are bringing skills together. Why is virtual collaboration going to be important? Because travel is going to be minimized
Yes.
for a while.
Oh, yes.
The need, we've discovered it is not always that we need to be present to do something. So it means the days of everything having to be in one place before we do something is not going to be necessary.
Because notice, the last 1 year has redefined all those things.
Yep.
The last 1 year has been so interesting that when it comes to search,
Yes.
you sit and say, wait, you mean you didn't have to go?
Exactly.
You can have your meeting in, 5 people,
Yes.
5 different nations,
Yes.
5 continents,
Completely.
and you're all communicating on the same issue.
Completely.
So when you talk about
Yes.
virtual collaboration,
Yeah, let me use some examples people may have seen
Okay.
and not realize they were virtual collaborations.
Okay.
All right? During the pandemic and the lockdown, there were so many things that came out. For example, we had videos done by musicians across the world.
yes, you saw that.
Nobody
Beautiful.
realized how much virtual collaboration was needed.
Explain.
You'd need a camera everywhere you are.
Okay.
You would need to be listening to the exact same soundtrack at the exact same time. So it means there was somebody who had to make that sound accurately available.
Yes.
There's someone who had to mix that sound wherever they were, and there's somebody who had to broadcast that sound. So when you take all those things together, there are different people doing things that they used to do in one room
Yes.
across the world.
And also what is happening now, if you look at all of them in different nations,
Yes.
there are new jobs
Yes.
in this whole activity.
Absolutely.
To coordinate this whole activity,
Yes.
there are new jobs that never existed before.
Exactly.
So somebody can come and tell you now, I do virtual mixing.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, what is that?
Yes.
Now that person is in demand right now.
Absolutely.
Because all of us, we need that virtual collaboration.
We don't know how to put
but
that
we
together.
need this person to
Yes.
put this together.
Exactly. Because, I mean, if you watch things like the Oscars or whatever, these times everybody received their nomination wherever.
Oh, yes.
But none of us saw who was sitting behind that technology
Yes.
that made sure every camera
Yes.
was in real time with everybody else and able to respond
Yes.
where they were. Somebody somewhere had to do all these things together.
Yes.
Now, virtual collaboration also goes into work. This issue of somebody is not in the office is over. You understand?
You
We
can
can't move forward
The
because
office is
they
no
are
longer a place.
no, and it's no longer a time. We can sit on a project, you 3 a.m.,
Yes.
me midnight,
Yes.
you midday, wherever we are, sit together, get online, and even fix a technology.
Yes.
Part of the virtual collaboration we already do in some of our production work is that there are some times we're working on some software on the computer.
Yes.
And there are some things we are not able to do. And we get hold of someone, all right, and tell them to log in through AnyDesk and to come onto our computer
Yes.
and to edit things and do them and get offline, yet they are not in the room,
So-
they are not in the facility.
Are you saying also, based on that,
Yes.
we can no longer tell people, you must wake up at 6 a.m.
It doesn't
You
make
must wake
sense.
up very early.
Thank you.
Because the person you're telling to wake up early, they've
Yeah.
been working the whole night.
Exactly.
Now with this understanding of virtual collaboration, we can no longer start saying that tomorrow morning, I have to be at this place at this time.
Yes.
Because this time,
Yeah.
you went in at 10 p.m.
Yes.
So times even you
We have already messed up with time.
Yes.
Because like we said, I think about cross culture. Somebody is one place where he's just waking up because he wakes up very early.
Yes.
But you forget, for him to wake up very early and do what he's doing, somebody else is sitting up at midday. And so he knew he'd have the meeting at midday. Why should he have woken up at 6? Those things were designed in being where? In the box.
In the box.
All of you working in the same place,
Yeah.
at the same time, over the same assignment. So virtual collaboration will scale to bigger environments.
Yes.
It will scale to the environments where you can do something here, fix a technology here.
Yes.
We know that we have surgeons right now, because of the improvement of internet speeds, the improvement of robotics, the improvement of all those things.
Yes.
There's a reality now where we have somebody doing surgery,
Yes.
sitting in one country, putting his hands into a virtual glove, and actually doing surgery in another country, because there they have the other end of it.
I think these are some things you can advise people to Google
Yes.
and see that it happens.
It happens.
Yes.
So you can't keep saying, I'm waiting for the doctor to come.
No, and you can't also say
Yeah.
there's a doctor who's supposed to come into the country next month.
Exactly.
No, people don't have that time to wait.
It's not necessary anymore.
Yes.
You know, so suddenly virtual collaboration is going to change. So we can have a project and say, hey, we need to get this project worked. In the past, what did we used to do?
Yes.
We used to fly experts in to complete the project from across the world.
Yes.
Now we don't need to fly anybody in. The experts can work exactly where they are.
Yes.
Do what they need to do and finish.
So you can have a job and say, today I have really worked, but you worked at 5 a.m.
Yes.
The whole day you're free.
Absolutely.
Now that means also we have, like you said, messed up with time.
Yes.
And now when we define what is success,
Yeah.
success is that I work in 5 continents
Exactly.
in a day, and
Yes.
my life goes on.
I remember one time, when I was speaking to a group in New York, and somebody said, what time is your meeting? By the time they worked it out, they said they are not attending because it was 2 a.m. our time.
Yes. Yes.
And yet, to them, it's a normal time. It's 8 p.m. in the
And
evening.
at 2 a.m. you're speaking for 1.5 hours.
Yes.
Meaning you will be finishing
I'll be done at 3:30.
Yes.
But that's the normal functional time now.
Yes.
Now, if say I do my meeting 2 a.m. to 3:30, I do a Q&A
Yeah.
until 4. I get to bed at 5. You come and find me asleep at 10. What do you say?
You're lazy.
Thank you.
What else?
Because-
You must be a very lazy man. And you see,
because you live in
we
a
are
different
also
time zone.
realizing, I mean, check how all these things are intertwined. Because
Yes.
somebody somewhere said you must have your breakfast at this time, your lunch at this time, and your dinner. Notice that is messed up also.
Exactly.
And that is why even when you come to issues of nutritionists,
Yes.
they are also coming in now to tell you, okay, somebody said breakfast is the best
Meal.
meal of the day.
It's the best meal of the day.
Somebody saying it's not.
If somebody's telling you actually you don't need it.
Redefinition. Things have just changed. And like
Exactly.
you're saying, we are touching every area.
Yes.
Talk of schooling.
Absolutely.
You have preschoolers
There you
waking up at 6 to go to school, and this is a 4-year-old. What for?
Why?
Let them sleep until 10.
Why?
They need the sleep.
Because what you don't understand, the ecosystem
Yes.
of a preschooler waking up at 4 is a reorganization of 10 people.
Yes?
Somebody who didn't need to wake up at that time has to wake up also.
Yeah.
So here you are, you worked until 4 a.m., but you need to take your preschooler to school.
The driver has to come.
Exactly. Or you wake up if you don't have a driver.
Yes.
Look at how disoriented it is. So we are all in the jam, stuck. We'll eventually arrive at school, wherever,
Yes.
for them to go and learn what they could have learned online at home.
I think most of the people watching can say that surely the last 8 months have been interesting when you
Yeah.
sit working from home, where you realize that you're more productive, you're more at peace. And I think there's nothing interesting like having a Zoom meeting when you're only dressed up.
Yeah, you only dress half suit.
You know, half suit.
Yes.
That's an interesting
You
part.
can be in
We have
shorts
loved that
and
one.
a tie.
Yes. We have loved that part.
Yes.
But you also notice that it has totally rescheduled how we do our meals.
Everything.
How we make our calls, how we
Yes.
do our meetings, how we do schooling. This
Exactly.
thing has just reorganized everything. We always say there's a timeline in God. In the earth, we can call it COVID.
Yes.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
God tells you, listen, it is a time on my timeline.
Yes.
Something is happening in the
I
earth.
have changed. I think there's one of the series where we spoke about, and a Pharaoh came who knew not.
Joseph.
A
Yes.
geopolitical shift.
Yes.
That changes your social life,
Yes.
changes your arrangements, changes your functionality,
Yes.
changes everything about who
That's
you are.
where we are right now.
That's where we
actually.
are sitting.
That's where we are. And it is so interesting.
Yes.
Because when we look at life like now, what you're saying, we used to wonder. Now we are wondering, why did you used to wake up early to go to the office? I could have done it at home and I do it better.
Yes.
But at the same time, at home, I'm like, wow, you mean a family can be together?
But remember what I said about the old system.
Yes.
When we began these 10 things, we said that in the old system, work was your attendance, not your production.
Yes?
So if you are not in the office, the boss has a problem.
Yes.
Yet we all know you got into the office, took out your coffee, read the newspaper for 3 hours,
Yes.
and didn't work much.
Yes.
You might as well have stayed home.
Oh, yes. Because
Yeah.
when you check off the productivity, I
Yes.
think you can tell
Absolutely.
that this is not... I mean, this is an interesting time. It's an interesting season. Looking at the reality of where we are, the future we have come into. It's so interesting that you're always looking for something to
Oh,
do.
yes.
Tomorrow always looks better, brighter, and all
Oh, yes,
that.
this place is amazing. We call it a broad place.
Yes.
Endless opportunities.
Yes.
The blank check generation.
Yes. And a place of no limits.
Yes.
You can analyze, you can think. That's what you're talking about. And this is business unusual. Keep tracking.